Hello everybody, my name's Nicola and welcome back to my channel. This is the Frugal Cottage where we talk all things money to help you on your financial journey. Today's video I am sharing with you my sinking fund setup for 2023, so don't forget to like and subscribe and let's get started. And if you're new here, sinking funds have absolutely saved my life in the past year. I save these, so this bind is from Amazon, the envelopes are also from Amazon and I'll leave a link below. Everything that I put in my sinking funds in the last year has been from things that I make on the side, so through Etsy, through YouTube, through my blog, because my everyday budget does not stretch any of these. However, the sinking funds that I've got are really important in terms of managing those other expenses that maybe crop up kind of once or twice a year or whatever. And so I am going to continue this system obviously as much as I can. Now, if you're not new here, money is really tight in my life, and so I'm not entirely sure how this will go. However, I've got more this year as well to show you. So let's get started. And some of them have got money in because some of them are from last year. I'll take these all out. I've also redesigned them and I will put all of these designs on my Etsy store, so if you want sinking funds like these, so with the sign and the envelope, you'll be able to get those as well. So the first one is Christmas. Now this is such an important one for me because I couldn't leave everything till the last minute and then be able to afford Christmas. I just couldn't. So the first one is Christmas, and this doesn't have anything in because I've spent everything at Christmas this time. This is one of the easiest ones to do because obviously there's like an end point or a timeline for Christmas in terms of when you need to save money for in order to spend it. But Christmas is the easiest one for that. I tend to have a figure in mind as well, but at the moment I haven't worked that out yet. But that first sinking fund for 2023 is my Christmas sinking fund. The next one is birthdays, and does this one have some in? Yes, it does. So birthdays is one that's emptied quite often and then replenished because obviously people have birthdays throughout the year. This is the one that is empty more often but then is put back in again. But it depends on your own circumstances as to how you work your birthday sinking fund. Most of our birthdays, bar one, are in like the second half of the year. So to begin with, it will be kind of, I guess, fairly stable. But again, that's an important one too. And also, like, I don't know if other people find this, and feel free to make suggestions on what you buy for these, but my children are invited to birthday parties fairly regularly for people in their class, and sometimes I don't even know who the child is because it's not someone they play with. And so I get them like a kind of a token present and a card and stuff, but I kind of set quite a small budget for that, especially if it's a child that they don't really know. It's something that you have to do as a parent, but at the same time, again, it's finding money for something that isn't in your normal budget. And also, like, if they don't really play with the child and stuff but they've been invited, you have to, it's kind of a new thing I'm having to get used to since having two children in school, because I don't know, I don't seem to remember myself as a child going to lots of birthday parties. However, it's different now, I suppose. And also, like, have you got any suggestions? What do you buy, you know, for a child in a class that you don't really know? What do you do? Have you got like a set thing that you buy? Let me know. But anyway, the birthdays is the next one. It's got £30 in. The next one is school, and this is school uniform, school equipment, trips, all that kind of thing is going to go in this one envelope, and it already has £30 in. School expenses. So uniform is obviously the big one-off expense, and I get that in August just before they go back so that it fits them, because otherwise they probably have a massive growth spurt, now my two. And they haven't again had any kind of school trips, but they've had a Christmas party this week and all these kind of little things. Now, someone asked me how I manage this. So most things for school, so uniform aside, most things in school, so like the Christmas party for example, is paid through their online system, and to be honest, the Christmas party was such a small amount that I just use my everyday funds. When I buy the uniform, it all comes out of this, and it's really handy to have because I have two children in primary school, and yes, I know that the primary school uniform is cheaper than secondary, and oh boy, have I got that to come, and school bags and, you know, packed lunch things and everything like that. It's really useful to have that there, sat there, so that I don't have to find that in what is a particularly expensive time because it's the summer holidays as well. So school is the next one. I also feel like that doesn't feel like I've spelt that right, but I have. It just looks really weird. Anyway, the next one is school holidays, and again, this is one that's emptied and replenished fairly regularly. It also has £40 in at the moment. But school holidays are, as a parent, they are expensive, and some of them are more expensive than others. So the ones in the summer holidays are more expensive than, say, February half term. But again, I like to try and have a little bit of money there so that we can go on days out or have a treat or go and get an ice cream or whatever. And again, I don't have to find it in my everyday budget. So school holidays one in the past year particularly has been really, really useful to have. The next one so I've got after recommendations on another video about sinking funds, I have got more, and this for the car, and then the other one is a part of that. So the first car one is for kind of, I guess, repairs, or like if it needs new tyres or windscreen wipers or whatever. And that's got some money in already. How much money has that got in already? Let's see. 20, 40, 60. That's already got £90 in, so that's quite good. So that's the, like, if it needs new tyres, things like that, things like really generic things. Because the other one I've got for the car, because someone recommended me this, I've also now got an MOT and service envelope, which has nothing in it at the moment. Because someone was like, you need to factor in things like that, and you are absolutely right, because at the MOT last time I just had to pay out my everyday normal current account and couldn't really afford it. So I've got a car for like normal, like other things, and then this, and again I've kind of got a bit of a figure in mind for how much I'm going to aim for this envelope to be, but that will definitely help. And even if I don't get to the amount it is and I just have some, that's better than nothing, isn't it? So that's one of the new ones. Another new one is the repairs. So I was sat the other day and I suddenly thought to myself, oh, and it's because something happened to one of my neighbours, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happens if like the boiler breaks or the washing machine goes or something like that, and hence why there's a washing machine on here, and I don't have the money at all to be able to afford to get that repaired. What on earth do I do? So I've set up a repair sinking fund, and again, if the boiler breaks, I'm probably not going to have enough in this envelope to fix that. I'll pay for that in one go, but anything in there will obviously help. So I've also got a washing machine on there because that would be something that potentially could go wrong. Repairs is a new one. I've never had like a specific sinking fund for repairs because we've always just paid for it as and when, but no, it can't be that anymore because I couldn't. So the repairs is a new one. Clothes is not a new one. Ugh. If you know me, if you've watched my channel, you'll know that I really, really, really hate clothes shopping, but I have two boys, hence why there's a hoodie on there, who go through clothes quite quickly, and there's £40 in there at the moment. Clothes for them, this is going to be for them. Again, they'll probably need them at the same time, won't they? They'll probably both have a growth spurt at the same time. This will be useful for when that happens. And I say clothes, but it includes shoes as well, so if they need new trainers or whatever. And again, that's an envelope that sometimes is emptied, not fairly regularly, but more than others. If you've watched my channel last year, you'll know that the Disneyland sinking fund was my own kind of nice aim. So in a sinking fund I have kind of all the like the boring, the normal, the needed ones, and then I like to have like a fun one, and Disneyland was the one that last year, and it's going to continue because it's going to take me a long time. There is £300 in the Disneyland fund and I need to pay that into the bank now. I keep meaning to do that, but I cannot wait to take them. I keep just thinking, I keep watching like Disneyland vlogs on YouTube and keep thinking about how excited they will be when I finally get to tell them we're going, however long that takes me. I'm going to continue with that, but again, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to put in that. So these two are new at the end. So holiday savings is if we ever go on a holiday, which again doesn't feel like that's going to happen anytime soon. This holiday savings is savings for spending money, because if you go on holiday you need spending money. I'm not planning on going on a holiday. I don't see how I'll ever afford that, but it was quite nice just to kind of think, well, I'll have an envelope there for spending money should we ever manage to go anywhere. And then the last one, and I guess this is the new one, and I don't really know in some ways why I've done this and this is not what I look like. Maybe this is what I wish I looked like, but I don't. But this is an envelope just for me. So again, I normally have, so I had my Mulberry purse as one of them a couple of years ago, which, oh no, not a couple of years, it was last year, which was one for me. I couldn't think of anything this year. I don't need anything. I can't think of spending money on anything for me when things are so up in the air. But I've made an envelope for my savings, which probably is it's last because it's the least important, and it probably won't be ever filled very often. But maybe I could treat myself to, I don't know, a massage or a facial or something that's kind of nice to do but expensive, so I don't think I'll be able to do it very often. All of the others, maybe even not counting Disneyland, are more of a priority. This is like the lowest of the pile, which is why it's at the back. I don't expect to put any savings in this very often, but I thought I'd make it just in case there is anything spare after all of the others. So they are my sinking funds for 2023. Have you got any sinking funds? What categories have you got? All of these will be available to buy on my Etsy store. If you want to have any of these, I will get these uploaded ASAP. But these are my sinking funds for the year ahead. This is me trying to be organised because, oh my gosh, I need to be more organised than ever. So there we go. So yeah, let me know what your sinking fund categories are down below and how you're getting on. Have you got any new ones? Have you got any like exciting ones like I've got Disneyland? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again very soon.